Is that? Is it on? Is it? Is it on? Is it? Is it? Is it on? I can't. Oh, okay. Hi. No, don't say hi. Why would you say hi? When I was younger, why am I doing it so excited? Oh, I didn't see you there. When I was younger. Oh. Alright, Curtis, you can do this. Come on. Come on. Get hyped. Get hyped. Come on. You can do this. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5. When I was younger, I always asked questions. What? What do you want? No, get out. I'm doing a thing. I can't do that right now. No, I'm doing a 10%. No, I can't do that. Just leave, please. Oh my gosh. You are the 10%er. You are the 10%er. Give the presentation. Give the presentation. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. When I was younger, I was so excited. No, don't do that. What's wrong with you? You are the best person you can be. Is my hair alright? Is it alright? Is it alright? I'm actually gonna check again. When I was younger, why are you doing like an 80s salesman? No, I didn't see you there. I was just enjoying a drink. You see, when I was younger, I always asked questions. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Alright, real time now. Alright, real time. When I was younger, I always asked questions. I was fascinated by everything around me because it was all new and exciting. And I wanted to learn as much about it as possible. One of my favorite things to do was play the why game. For those who don't know what the why game is, I'll demonstrate it. So I'd ask my dad things like, hey, Dad, why is the sky blue? And then he would say, well, because the mixtures of air in our atmosphere. Why? Because when light hits the air, it makes the light change color. Why? Because white light is a mixture of every color of light, and when light enters our atmosphere, it hits the air molecules, and once it does that, the light disperses radically, and because blue light is on the left-hand side of the electromagnetic spectrum, it has more energy, which means it oscillates at an increased frequency. This increased frequency makes it reflect many more times than any other color, and that causes our visual cortex to perceive the light, the sky as blue. Why? And this could go on for hours. But when I started growing up, I didn't ask as many questions, and I definitely stopped playing the why game. I still wanted to learn, but most of the stuff started to feel normal and uninteresting. But this is the opposite of what is true. Even things that we use on a daily basis are extraordinarily complex. Like this pencil. It's just a pencil. But the amount of work that goes into producing just one of these is insane. Multiple companies, hundreds of pounds of wood, graphite, rubber, thousands of workers, and millions of consumers go into being able to buy just this one pencil. So my argument is that we don't quite ask enough questions. I think as we grow older, we should always be learning new things and becoming experts in the things we care about. And a good way to do this is by playing the why game. So I wanted to test myself on the one thing I should know the most about and see what happens when I played the why game. The subject I chose to test was human nature, partly because that was the subject of the TED Talk, and secondly because, I'm a human, so should understand them pretty well, right? So I call this Why We Do What We Do. So I'll start simple. Why do we eat? We eat because we get hungry. Why do we get hungry? Because it's our body telling us we need food. And why do we need to eat food? So I don't die. So we don't die, I guess. Why do we not want to die? Alright, so I found the line. So that's the line I will not cross. Alright, good to know. So that will go on the list. Why do we do what we do? So we don't die. Seems simple enough. But if you look at this, there's a flaw in my logic. We eat because we get hungry. And I don't know about you, but there have been many times where I didn't really need, technically, to eat that third piece of cake. But I still did. Which means I had some alternative motive, and that motive was that the cake was just so dang good. So it becomes, why do we eat? Because it tastes good. And why do you want things to taste good? Because it's good feeling. Why do you want to feel good? Because it makes life more enjoyable. Why do you want life to be enjoyable? So we don't want to die. So this loops back to the previous answer. However, that one piece of cake may not make your life 1,000,000 times better. So we'll just put that down as to make life more enjoyable. How about why do we wear clothes? Well, we wear clothes to keep warm. Why do we want to stay warm? 2 reasons. So we don't die, and so we don't feel the unpleasantry of cold. But there's also a split in this one. Why do we wear clothes? To look good, spruce it up. Why do we want to look good? Makes us feel good about ourselves. But then it splits again. Why do we want to look good? So others find us more appealing. And then why do we want others to find us more appealing? So it's easier to attract a mate. Why do you want to attract a mate? Ooh, school project. Okay. To mate. What if I attract a mate so you can mate? And then why? To make children. And then why do we want to make children? Yeah, no, this is another full stop because there's no rational reason to have a child. Okay. Just bear with me, okay? Think about it. Imagine if I wanted to sell you something that costed tens of thousands of dollars, and all it did was eat all your food, take up 70% of your free time, got in trouble, made you lose sleep, plus it made you put in hundreds of hard labor raising it. And right as all that hard work and money was starting to pay off, made you give it even more money, and it left you for college. And it would only come back to visit during holidays and special occasions. And I don't think anyone in the world would ever buy that. But somehow, there are 7 billion of those things on our planet. So, anyway, getting back, our list so far is made up of so we don't die, to make life more enjoyable, and to make babies. Now, little spoiler here, but this is the full list. I am unable to find anything else that isn't fueled by any of these 3 basic driving factors. That means that everything we do can be explained by using one or more of these 3 explanations. And I'll prove it. So, why do we have friends? So we can build a relationship and share experiences to feel good, so gratification. But also so we can have people we can depend on in case we need help. Like if we get mauled by a tiger, so survival. Why do we grow? So we become stronger and more capable to survive on our own, as well as to develop the physical ability to produce babies. But if you see it as why do we grow up, then it becomes so we lose imagination, as sad as it is, so we can set more realistic goals, partly for survival, and also so we feel gratification when we achieve those goals. So how about, why do we give TED Talks? So why do we give TED Talks? So we can share our ideas. Why do we want to share our ideas? So we can make the world a better place for ourselves and others. So gratification, but then it splits. Why do we give TED Talks? So we can perform in front of people. Why? To show how intelligent or witty you are, you know? Why do you want people to find you more intelligent or witty? To appear more appealing to others. Why do you want other people to find you more appealing? So it's easier to attract a mate, I guess. So why? To mate. Why? To make children. Now, it's one thing for me to stand up here reading from a script with slides and telling you all this, but it's another if I just, prove it to you, like in real time. So I'm gonna do a little bit of improvisation. I want you all to think of a question relating to why we do what we do. And I will try to figure out what category it fits into. So the question could be anything like, why do we wear socks? Or why do we listen to music? Or what's the meaning of life? Just simple stuff like that. So does anyone out there have a good question they would like me to take a stab at? Now in this bit, I would actually go into the crowd or, have them tell me the questions from the stage if I did that. And then I would answer them, and hopefully I could get into one of the 3 categories. If I fail, I'll be smart about it and recover wittily. So, does anyone have any questions?
Why do you suck?
Oh, that's a fun one. Okay, yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. All right. So this has all been fun and games, but it's time to get serious for a second. Tech, can I get some mood lighting? Perfect. So why does any of this matter? Why, what's the point in knowing why we put jam on toast? Why don't we just take the jam and put it on the toast? And to be honest, I don't think there is a reason to know why we do what we do. So why should you care at all? But the reason I gave this talk was to make you ask questions. Whether that question was, how is a pencil made? Or why do I play the piano? Or should I give Curtis 100 on this assignment? Well, the topic tonight is being human. And being a human, to me at least, means trying new things, changing, and adapting. But the only way to adapt is to learn. And the only way to learn is by asking questions. I want to end this talk with my favorite quote. In the words of the great Greek philosopher Aristotle, why?